In the village of Umudara, the dead were never forgotten. Every year, the villagers gathered under the moonlight to honor their ancestors. Food was shared, prayers were spoken, names were remembered. Because in Umudara, forgetting the dead was the worst insult a living person could commit. But one year, something strange happened. One name disappeared, and with that forgotten name, the village began to lose everything. This is a story about the village that forgot its dead. Umudara was peaceful. Farmers rose with the sun. Children ran through dusty paths. Drums echoed during market days. But the most sacred tradition was the night of remembrance. Once every year, the entire village gathered in the ancestral square. The elders recited the names of those who had passed on, each name honored, each spirit acknowledged, because the ancestors believed one thing deeply: a forgotten soul becomes a restless soul. That year, the village gathered as usual. Torches lit the square. The oldest elder, Papa Daike, began reciting the names. Okoye remembered. Amaka remembered. Obina remembered. The villagers responded in unison, "Your spirit lives among us." But halfway through the list, Papa Daike paused. He frowned. He checked the palm leaf scroll again. A name was missing. But no one noticed, except one person, a quiet young woman named Nkechi. 3 days after the ceremony, the river dried slightly. Fish became scarce. Goats began wandering away mysteriously. Then a farmer's yam barn collapsed overnight. The elders blamed poor construction, but Nkechi felt uneasy. Something in the air felt wrong, like the village was being watched. One evening, while fetching water, Nkechi heard a whisper, not from a person, from the wind. Forgotten. She froze. Remember me. The voice sounded tired, sad, not angry. She turned quickly. No one stood behind her, but the water in the clay pot began to ripple. Nkechi returned the next day to the old burial ground. Most graves were well maintained, but one grave stood neglected, broken, overgrown with weeds. The name on the wooden marker had faded. She wiped the wood carefully. Letters slowly appeared. Mama Ifunanya. Nkechi frowned. She had never heard that name before, but the grave felt heavy with sorrow. Nkechi approached Papa Daike. At first, he refused to speak, but eventually his voice trembled. Many years ago, Mama Ifunanya lived here. She was accused of bringing sickness to the village. She was chased away. And when she died, no one claimed her body. So they buried her quietly and forgot her. But the elder revealed something darker. Mama Ifunanya was not a witch. She had only been a healer. She treated the sick when the village priest refused to. But when a disease spread years ago, the frightened villagers blamed her. Fear is powerful. Fear can erase truth. And the village chose blame over gratitude. That night, Nkechi dreamed. An old woman appeared. Not frightening, just exhausted. Her voice was soft. I healed them. They erased me. Tell them I only wanted to help. When Nkechi woke up, the room was cold, and outside, the wind carried quiet crying. Within weeks, crops stopped growing. Wells dried faster. Livestock grew weak. No matter what sacrifices the elders performed, nothing improved, because the problem was not hunger or drought. It was guilt. Nkechi gathered the courage to speak in the village square. The ancestors are angry, she said. We forgot someone who helped us. The villagers murmured. Some were ashamed, others were defensive. But Papa Daike finally stood. The girl speaks truth. And slowly, the forgotten story was revealed. The elders prepared a new ceremony. For the first time in decades, they spoke Mama Ifunaya's name publicly. They cleaned her grave, they placed flowers, and Papa Daiki said, "Forgive our fear. We remember you now." The wind softened, the night became quiet, and somewhere a tired spirit finally rested. Weeks passed, rain returned, crops recovered, animals stopped disappearing, but the village changed in one important way. Every year during remembrance, Mama Ifunaya's name was spoken first, because sometimes the worst injustice is not hatred, it is forgetting. Fear can rewrite history, but truth has a way of returning, and those who helped us in life deserve honor in death, because a forgotten kindness is still a debt. If you enjoyed watching this story, tune in every Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays by 7 p.m. West African time for more stories. Thank you.